Welcome back to another episode of the Day After Podcast. And
What's up, guys?
we got a big one here for you. This is the last season of Series 3. So we got to hit you with some of the best content that we can possibly give you. So we are giving you Fantasy All-Stars.
Yes. For those of you, we're not just including things that are strictly Fantasy Island. We're also including things like death games, anime, animation domination, or even our holiday one. Since, if they are like legit fictional characters, not based off of like actual people.
Exactly. Everything that is fictionalized in some regards, all those characters were eligible to be put into the season.
Yeah. And this was something that definitely and like because of like the whole fantasy thing, it really made our channel, I think it definitely helped it for the better, in the sense of like, because there's only a finite amount of like Survivor players there.
Yeah, we
But
did a
with
whole
all,
series, and that was we tapped into most of what we could do with just Survivor contestants.
yeah. And it gave us like some gems here, and definitely got us to use like our imagination. And two of some of our best players have been from just simply fictional characters. One of them we see right now, Junko, and the other being Regina George. There's a few others where I'm like, all right, they're pretty good. We have quite a bit of winners on this season.
Yeah, I did count. We have 8 winners on the season.
Yeah.
I almost split it. I wanted to split it up at one point, winners and losers, but
It wasn't quite.
not quite. But when I saw our list, we had exactly half animation and half live action, which worked out perfectly here.
Yeah. No complaints here.
Mhm.
All right,
Awesome.
shall we get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it. You got the first couple here.
All right, so first up, we have Elsa from the OG original Fantasy Island. Now, I had to choose Elsa, one, because I love Elsa. She's my favorite Disney character and all that stuff. Also, she was a pretty, she had a pretty good, kind of rivalry with Regina. And I know like she kind of fell to the side in like future seasons, but I wanted to bring back some people we haven't seen in a while, and Elsa is one of those people where I'm like, nah, she had to come back.
Yeah, and she makes very deep runs on pretty much every season I think she's been on, like usually making like a finale or something. So definitely someone to that knows how to make it deep into our Brantsteeleverse.
Yes, yes. So yeah, after a bit of a hiatus, the Ice Queen is back.
That's nice.
All right, next up, we have also a very out there contestant, a really good player, and he has won. We have Forky from Toy Story 4 and Fantasy Island. Yeah, Forky, great at the social game, can be pretty good at challenges, is strategic, and has won. So, and this all came from just a collectible one of my roommates had. It just fell on the ground, and I was like, "All right, Forky, why not?" She's like, and it turned out Forky is actually really good at Survivor.
Yeah, an immunity beast, usually winning immunities on the seasons that he's been a part of. And yeah, making it. I remember making it Final Four and winning, of course. Yeah, definitely a threat, an unexpected threat, I'd say.
I would say he's a fork to be reckoned with. I had to.
Okay, well, we're starting off strong here with with the
dad
puns.
jokes.
Yeah, the dad jokes. Okay, let's move on now to someone who's kind of been a Regina George light on our channel. We got Heather, who has pretty much been on every season with Regina George and always gets thwarted by Regina. It's like she's the person that Regina takes out to establish herself as like the winner or a big threat of the season. Like it is,
Understandably so.
yeah, they're both, the queen bee types, and it's hard for them to usually be on the same season together. There was one season that they worked together, and that was Heather's best performance. So I think Heather needs to work with Regina. Like if they end up on the same tribe, I think she needs to try to ride Regina's coattails and try to be the one to take her out at like final 6.
I mean, there's a lot of big names out here. And she's not the only 2-time winner. Right now, Junko has I'd say out of the mix, has the best track record. So like, who knows? Maybe Heather might team up with Junko, or maybe kind of like what you said, team up with Regina, and then be like, hey, Junko is kind of like the new you, so beware.
Yeah, we should also note that the person right next to her on this list, they had a very on and off again relationship for like the first 2 seasons they both were a part of. So we'll see if any of that gets rekindled in the season.
There might be a love triangle on this tribe.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is the tribe I'm most interested to see how they progress in the game.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Okay.
We got quite the individuals on our on this tribe.
Exactly. Yeah. It's definitely a good tribe here. So I talked about him a little bit already, but we got Izuku Midoriya, who as I mentioned before, had the whole, on and off again relationship with Heather, but hasn't, I think like the last few times he's kind of been like a pre-merge fodder that ends up happening. He hasn't really reached the full potential that he could on the season, usually going out either mid-merge or, as I said, pre-merge fodder. So I'm hoping that this can be a chance for him to do better and, really establish him as a top tier player, even though I think he's played like 4 times or something.
Yeah, I mean, like, one, because him and Heather are like such a great like duo, or like, love hate, like little whatever they are. It's complicated. And also, like, we love My Hero, so like, we tend to bring back peeps we joy from like things we like. So like, obviously bringing Midoriya is a must.
Exactly. Okay, next up is yours favorite misfit angel, Joe the Angel, who had a pretty impressive run. I believe it was Fantasy Island 3, I want to say.
It was a similar format where it was animated versus live action, and we both chose characters we have played.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, he ends up getting 5th place on that. Surprisingly, bumbling and fumbling his way through the game, making it pretty deep. Having a very good duo with Light Yagami. So much so that they ended up coming back for duos, where we then get probably Joe the Angel's most iconic moment on our Brantsteele, where Light Yagami gets voted out very early, and Joe the Angel says, "I'll save you," and loses the Redemption Island duel when he switches places, and is the second boot of the season.
Which is typical Joe the Angel move. I'm interested to see how him and Forky kind of get along. I feel like those two would have really good chemistry.
Yeah, if they're the iconic comedic duo of the season, I will be pretty happy with that. But yeah, Joe the Angel also doesn't have Light Yagami this time, so we'll see if Joe can not be distracted by that friendship that he has gotten from.
I don't know. There's like 2 or 3 toxic people on this tribe. Maybe they might,
Yeah,
maybe
Seto Kaiba becomes the next Light Yagami.
Yeah, or maybe he tries to get involved with Junko, or I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? Okay, next up, man, I have a few. I have like all my people like in a row here. Next up, we got Junko Enoshima, the one of the two-time winners on the season, one of only three in our entire Brantsteele universe. And yeah, just a very dominant player. Won two of the three All-Stars that she has been a part of, and the other All-Stars, she got fourth place. So it's not like she, like failed or anything.
No, she's a tough cookie, and she's definitely on par with Regina when it comes to this. And like they're both on the season, they're both on opposite sides. And with that being said, because we have two-time winners, there's a 1 in 10 chance that we might have a 3-time winner.
Yeah, it's very possible. Yeah, and this could also be a season that to kind of distinguish which one of them comes out a little on top. We had Parvati and Regina go at it a couple times, and Regina George ends up on top of that kind of battle. Now we can potentially see Junko and Regina and see which one of them is the one who comes out supreme here.
We can see. Either way, Junko hardly ever disappoints, so only time will tell to see how things pan out for her.
Exactly. Okay, next up we got Ken Ryuguchi, or aka Draken. And he is the winner of what was it?
It was Animation Domination.
Yeah, it was Animation Domination. Yeah, that was the heroes versus villains, right?
Yeah.
That was part of that. And yeah, he was the real underdog. All the heroes end up going out. He ends up being the last one to make it there. Unfortunately, though, for All Stars, there was a very anti-winner sentiment going into that. Takes him out early. He's one of the later winners to get taken. Like there's a few of the other winners go out a little bit before him, but yeah, he just wasn't destined to go very far on that season, unfortunately. And so now I figured, hey, let's give him one more shot here to really stamp his icon status here on our Brantsteele.
I agree. I love Tokyo Revengers. I listen to that theme a lot still, like, on my Spotify. I'm pretty sure in my top 100 by the end of this year, it's probably going to be in the top 10. It was probably in the top 10 last year. Could be one of my Vecna songs, we'll see. But yeah, Ken, great part of, great in his first Brantsteele, and like, yeah, it was a very uphill battle for him on his second go, but there are a lot of winners here, so maybe he'll have a better footing, especially on the team he's starting out with, because there's like four other.
I think this is half the tribe as winners on this tribe.
Yeah, so I think he'll be fine.
Exactly.
All right, next up we have Lisa Simpson from the very first Fantasy Island, and she was always kind of like the hero in a lot of regards, not like against Regina or anything, but she was like a voice of reason that kind of made it pretty far in the game. And yeah, Lisa was one of the original good peeps, so like also want to bring her back because she hasn't been on for a while. Her mom was on here for a little bit. She did good at the holiday one, not so much in an all-star one, but Lisa's back and ready to play.
Yeah, exactly. Making it pretty far in most of the seasons that she has been a part of. So we'll see if she can kind of keep that status of being just like Elsa, someone who can make it deep in their seasons.
We'll see.
Okay, next up we got Raka, who is also a winner of one of our Brantsteeles. and yeah, honestly, just outperforming her My Hero counterpart Midoriya on pretty much every chance that she can get. I can't remember her ever going out pre-merge. I feel like she
No,
usually makes pretty deep runs
she
every
did.
time.
I think she just kind of got screwed over at like Final Four once, and then
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And then yeah, she won. I forgot which one it was. Was it Last Chance? It,
It's hard
yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, that series or that season had like just a bunch of like all stars, last chance, all of those just kind of melt together in my mind because
It happens.
yeah,
It
there
happens.
was a lot of repeat players on those seasons, so yeah. But yeah, Uraraka, another great player, someone to definitely watch out for.
I agree. All right. Last but certainly not least, though maybe the least of out of all the winners. Well, at least on this tribe. It's funny. I picked two. There are like two winners that I pick, and both of them have like a similar situation, and they're also like exact opposites too. The first one we have is Seto Kaiba, who won our anime one. Wasn't originally supposed to be on that season. Played like a total jerk, and he won that season. Came back, played his idol for someone else, and then was the first boot. Um, yeah, that didn't sit right with me. It always irks me when the Brantsteele things make characters do thing out of character and then get voted off as a result. So he's
Yeah.
back for redemption,
Yeah,
basically.
he needed to just keep playing like he did last time because apparently it works. You know, you play very self-interest and it worked out for him last time. May as well just should have kept doing it. But yeah, he plays that idol and yeah, wrong choice there. So we'll see if he can redeem himself and play this game for him instead.
Hopefully. All right.
Uh,
Next up, we got live action.
Yep. And we got some Amandas here, starting here with Amanda Waller. Now, she has requested to play this game where everyone is calling her Waller because of what happened in All Stars 10, where an idol gets played for Amanda Young instead of Amanda Waller, sending Waller home
Yeah.
in a pretty crazy tribal council there. So she's very like, please, everyone, call me Waller. I don't want that mistake to happen again.
Yeah, that would be rather unfortunate.
Mhm. Yeah. But yeah, a strong player makes it pretty far on all the seasons she's been a part of. And yeah, just strong player can definitely knows how to make it far in the game.
Yeah. I mean, her whole thing is about using her whole like MO is using people that are expendable to get the desired effect. So like perfect for Survivor.
Mhm. Exactly. Okay, next up we got the Amanda who has like the protagonist armor on her that she cannot be taken out sometimes. She just keeps making it through every time somehow. Yeah, Amanda Young almost wins All Stars 10. Like really this close to actually beating Junko in the final vote, a one vote difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, can win immunities. And as I said, somehow, even though they should be taking her out, she somehow keeps avoiding elimination.
Yeah. I mean, hey, all you had to do is survive. Yeah, she's been like for series 3 a pretty strong contender and someone that's been kind of like, like always kind of like in the talks to bring back. I think like even for All Stars 11, I was even considering her at
Yeah,
one point.
she was my next alternate. If you took any other of my females, she was the one I was going to bring back.
Yeah, she was an alternate for me as well. But yeah, that just speaks. She's a very strong individual and not to be underestimated.
Yeah, exactly. You underestimate her, and she somehow sneaks her way to the end.
Yep. All right. Speaking of sneak, we have Black Widow. She's only been on one, actually, and it was the very first Fantasy Island. And the thing is, she was the runner-up against Regina.
Mhm.
And like, Black Widow has just been kind of like lost in obscurity for a while. And it's like she didn't do bad on her season either. It's just Regina played a far more dominant game, and there was a lot of like iconic people from that season. So Black Widow just kind of
Fell to the
fell.
wayside.
Yeah. But so that was like that was a good reason for me to try and bring her back, because she deserves like another shot. Also, I wanted to get someone we haven't really brought in yet for like a second time, and she kind of fit that criteria.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see her and Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, teaming
Yeah.
up to potentially create a little Marvel alliance.
Yeah, that would be cool. It's definitely an option.
Mhm.
All right, next up, we got Chambers, who had a decent run on our Brantsteeles for a bit, even making it to like the finale once. She is from Army of the Dead. She, fierce woman, very tough. And yeah, she, I think one season she stood out as a challenge beast. But yeah, it's been a while since we've seen her play, so I decided to bring her back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what I remember from her is honestly, yet again, just never seems to go home early. Usually makes at least a mid to finale kind of run. I think she's won like 3 or 4 immunities on some of these seasons as well. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, definitely, someone who can, win that physical game. But there's a lot of physical players on the season, so
There is.
we'll see how she does on that front.
And we've been saying it a lot. There's a lot of people that have made deep runs and have been known for making deep runs.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Can't
some of
happen.
those, that can't happen with everyone this time.
Yep.
So we just have to see. There might be some heartache in this one, I feel like.
Yeah, it's going to be inevitable, I think.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have his first season with Death Games, Cho Sang-woo. He made it really far. Like, obviously, his first one was his best one. And then with his All-Star season, like, kind of fell to the wayside a little bit. But then again, All-Stars is always tougher. But yeah, he definitely was a great addition. Death Games low-key gave us a lot of like cool people. I mean, we have 3 in the live actions right here. Just goes to show how great that season was, and how we had quite a bit of a good pool and everything.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say honestly, in the live action here, Song is the one I'm rooting for most to win the whole game. Yeah, he had a great performance, but unfortunately, yeah, it comes up just short in All Stars 10 of making the jury phase. Does make the merge, but because Australian Survivor, that doesn't cut it. If only Finnick O'Dare quits just one tribal council early. Song-woo could have been jury. He, might have had a little more reason to come back even more. But yeah, here he is now. And
Well, I mean, anyone that made it to the merge on Survivor in Australia, like that's a feat. Like
it is, yeah.
12, you have to beat like 12 or 11 contestants to get that far in the game. That already says a lot.
Yeah.
So, like I would even say, I guess like the pool and stuff was just big for like other seasons. So like there was a reason why I didn't bring him, or I forget what my pool was for that, because I write them down and then they just get lost wherever in my apartment. But yeah, Australian Survivor, no joke. Like sometimes that's actually a deciding factor if I bring someone back, or like, well, they got cut in Australian Survivor and it's tricky. Like that's something that does play a factor into if I bring them back, and maybe higher up on my list of bringing back than lower, because it is it's 4 extra players.
Exactly. Yeah. I really liked All Stars 10. I think that's honestly one of my favorite All Star seasons that we did have as well. I think there's a lot of great players, even though we had 2 quits on that season. Somehow I think it still was actually a really great season despite that.
Yeah. Rick was the first one, right? It was just like, screw this.
It was Tommy Sheehan.
Oh yeah. Oh, because I know. Oh yeah, I was mixing those up.
Mhm.
Yeah, Tommy, that stung. That stung.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, just try one immunity too. He didn't need a quit. So it was. Yeah.
It was just simply to get a reaction out of Ryan.
Yep. Okay. Next up, we got someone who has quite a bit of lore, not necessarily in the game of Survivor, but sometimes it was more of his outside of the game. We got Lord Hopkins, who was in Fantasy Island 2, but he wasn't supposed to even be on that season.
Nope.
He took out Charlie Kelly from Always Sunny in Philadelphia on the plane over there, sends him back home to Philadelphia, and takes the spot on that season. And somehow, despite what should have been like a very like, let's take him out, he shouldn't even be here, everyone ends up liking him. He becomes like this underdog hero of the season and ends up having multiple appearances again until he finally wins in one of our seasons. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. He's the evil Easter Bunny, and yet he's been like one of the most likable people for everyone on the season. It makes no sense.
I don't know. Like, I think it's that balance of like evil and cuteness that just works for him.
Yeah, exactly. Even though he's got these terrifying fangs, he's still a bunny rabbit. He's adorable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
So
okay. It's
yeah.
okay if it gives you nightmares. He's funny. He's a bunny.
Yeah, and when you think about it, his origin for wanting to be on Fantasy Island 2 was to avenge his brother's first boot elimination in the original Fantasy Island. So, maybe that, he played that up a little bit and it, just really pulls on the heartstrings of some of the players.
It does. All right, next up. Hello, Newman. We have Newman. He is someone where I forget which one specifically I brought him in the first time, but he makes it a pretty deep run, made it to like I think final 5, and it was like almost like, is this guy actually going to win? Was it like Fantasy Island Heroes versus Villains?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, because I was like, I wanted someone that wasn't like a villain, but just like annoying guy.
Yeah.
And Newman was just that.
Yeah, he gets 5th place. Really great comedic character on the season. Like, it was crazy to see him make it far.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even in All Stars 10, a great pre-merge comedic character, making his alliance with Boston Rob. Boston Rob even playing an idol on him to make him get in a little further in the game. But yeah, we'll see if some of his Newmanisms rubs this tribe the wrong way this time.
We'll see. There's a few people that I don't think would put up with his crap.
Mm-hmm.
Like probably the entire upper row. Regina. He may be a first boot.
Yeah, it's very possible.
All right. Speaking of Regina, she needs no introduction. A 2-time winner. One of the best contestants we've had on, our Brantsteeles in general. And so, yeah, she had to come back. And it all started with the very first Fantasy Island. So, like, she was, like, guaranteed to be on here. It would have been sacrilegious if we didn't put her on here. And now that, there's, this like unspoken / spoken rivalry between Junko, two-time winners. It just makes for good rivalry. And plus, like, a bunch of people she has interacted with before. Black Widow, you know, stealing the victory from, not stealing, winning over her. And then you got Heather, you have Elsa. Yeah, so there's quite a few things for Regina to go up against, quite a few contestants.
Yeah, I think Regina really showed us the value of the fantasy Brantsteeles. She basically said this is how series 2 and onward is going to be played, because it does feel very distinct how when she comes into the game, how it just seems like it does seem like the gameplay gets elevated a lot after
Yeah.
her game. It is and yeah, she gets a lot of that credit, at least in my opinion, for just. I still think she had that Fantasy Island 1 is the most dominant game that someone has played on her channel.
I agree. Yeah, so I'm excited to see her again. I'm always excited to see her, but I'm always scared because like sometimes life likes to mess with Ryan, and especially in Brantsteele's. Like you've all seen our this is your first video, hello, but like if you've looked at videos in the past, Ryan has rough luck on Brantsteele's. So yeah. Speaking of a casualty of that, we have Steve Rogers. He won a very impressive game, won 8 immunity challenges, and was the record holder for a bit before Ozzy did. Played it the most Captain America way possible. And then he gets Tina Wiesen, and like the next All-Stars he's the first boot, and then crushes my soul.
Yeah, I say Tina Wesson.
Wesson, sorry.
All good. Yeah, when we were picking our people, you would message just like is it just Fantasy Island or is everyone? I was like, yeah, it's open. You can pick Captain America, because I knew that he was going to be one of the first people on your mind for giving another chance here, because it was very unfortunate that after a great game he comes back and is a first move, because it's so you can't bring them back at that point. It's like for the next All-Stars.
Yeah, it's very hard, and so like thankfully we had this opportunity. So like he has a chance to redeem himself, and similar to like Seto, has like, it's funny because they're like foils. They're like they have very similar stories in the sense like winners and then being a first boot, and then something to prove, and they're like exact opposite people. So I think this is going to be, I want to see them kind of go at each other. That's one thing I'm really excited about going into this.
Nice. We'll see how Capt does here on the season. Okay, and lastly, to round it out, we got Ted Lasso, who, his Fantasy Island 2, he is the first jury member. It doesn't seem like he's going to amount much to Brantsteele, but then in Last Chance 2 ends up, I'd say, probably playing the best game out of everyone, but it was the total drama island simulation. So a lot of people end up kind of going out that I think he would have preferred to keep in the game, kind of making it so that his elimination might not have happened if it was a normal survivor. But unfortunately, though, that was also his best season, was on the total drama. So his survivor track record on those seasons hasn't been as good, where he goes out like mid merge or something, or early merge. So we'll see if he's able to make a little deeper of a run this time.
We'll have to see. He is on a team with a lot of like villainous people. There's there's like a 6 villain kind of majority. So like him, Chambers, and Steve and Natasha are kind of like they're not in the best situation, I will say.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they can get Lord Hopkins, who somehow is
very likable.
Yeah, very likable. Maybe they're able to get him, but Yeah, it's definitely a villainous tribe here on the live action tribe. In fact, there's a lot of villains overall, I'd say.
It's tough. They play so good. A lot of them have played really good games, so it's kind of
Mhm.
hard not to bring them back.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's pretty much our breakdown here. Who is your favorite here from the live action? We'll start here.
All right, there's three people I kind of want to win: Regina, Steve Rogers, and Newman. I think it would be interesting to see Newman win. I would say fourth place is probably Cho Sung Woo.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I'm rooting for Song Woo as my number one, who I'd want to see win. And also, I'll give it to Amanda Young as well. I think she's had two very stellar performances, and it'd be nice to see her kind of get her win.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. And obviously, I want Regina to at least make the merge. I don't want her to be a pre-merge casualty.
No. That would be horrible. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Okay. And then animated. I have to kind of say Joe the Angel because I play him, so I'm
Yeah.
obligated to say that.
No, of course. Like, no, you always want,
Yeah,
if you have like a personal tie like that, of course, like
exactly.
you gotta.
Mhm.
Um, so for me, I would say, like I want Saito to do well, but honestly, out of the bunch, I really want to see if one of them has to win, either Elsa or Lisa,
Mhm.
because both are pretty good. And like, granted, we have 8 people that have won, so it's statistics work. It's a
It's
2 out of 5 shot that will have like a winner win.
mhm.
But like, I feel like, these two would be probably worthy people of winning. I know Newman is kind of like a lull pick, but I also
Mhm.
like Newman. He's one of my favorite characters from Seinfeld. So like,
Yeah,
if not my favorite, because he's just like a weaselly little bastard.
yeah. Exactly. And what I also said about Regina it goes the same for Junko. I don't want her to be a pre-merge casualty. I want them to get to the merge and be able to clash with each other.
Exactly.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay,
You ready?
let's get into it. Okay, and the animated tribe wins reward. They win a large bag of rice.
Nice. Nice.
Okay, no alliances on the animated tribe yet. Waller finds the live action hidden mini idol clue. So this is
Okay.
at the immunity challenge that's about to happen. Let's see what happens here.
She'll probably find it. All
The
right.
animated tribe wins immunity, and Waller finds the live action hidden immunity idol.
All right. Wee bit nervous for this one.
Awesome. Okay, and Heather finds the animated hidden immunity idol clue.
All right.
Okay, Junko and Kaiba bond slightly.
Nice.
Forky has a major meltdown at the start of the game.
No, he's like, where's Guy?
Yeah, he's still caught up on Guy. Junko is impressing the rest of the team. And a new alliance forms between Junko and Draken.
Interesting.
Okay, we'll see. Man, I think Draken's trying to latch on to a very strong winner to potentially help him not be a pre-merge fodder here.
Yeah. Yeah. Smart.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay. Amanda and Newman have a small fight.
Why, Newman?
It's got to be something really stupid, very minuscule, but Newman's just making a very big deal and constantly, like Amanda, you're burning the rice, you gotta burn it, you gotta cook it like this, you gotta.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she's just not having it. It was like, get out of here, you
Yes.
freaking slob.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let UPS man tell me what to do. Okay, and Lord Hopkins works hard at camp and becomes tired.
All right, I'm nervous of this going in. It might be Newman.
Yeah,
That's all we really have to go off of.
yeah, that seemed to be the biggest thing that was mentioned. So I have to agree. I feel like Amanda's gonna have more sway than Newman.
I'm nervous.
Okay. Waller uses the immunity idol on Regina George.
All right.
Wow. Did Regina manage to already talk someone into using the idol on her?
Maybe.
First vote goes to Waller.
Oh no.
Second
Oh
vote goes to
no.
Waller.
Oh, this is gonna be brutal.
Third vote goes to Black Widow. Fourth vote goes to Black Widow.
You have a little Marvel versus DC thing happening
Fifth vote
here.
goes to Black Widow.
Oh, this is
Sixth
rather.
vote goes to Black Widow. Seventh vote goes to Black Widow. And Black Widow is taken out of the game. She makes he manages to come back into the game, into our Brantsteele universe, just to get taken out very quickly. Only
Oh,
one to vote with her was Ted Lasso.
dang.
So
Man, Steve. Even Steve voted against her.
yeah, I gotta say Ted might be the next one to go. They might just say, let's just get rid of him next.
Though I'm concerned, why did Amanda play her idol? Like,
yeah,
makes no sense.
Yeah, it seemed like it was pretty obvious where the votes were going there.
I don't know.
Okay, let's see here. And immunity. And the animated tribe wins immunity again. But Heather does not find the hidden immunity idol sleeping at the wheel.
Dang.
But Lisa finds the animated hidden immunity idol clue. So Lisa might have a chance here, while Kaiba has a major meltdown.
He's not finding any clues or idols himself, and he's furious.
Yeah. He doesn't have the heart of the cards or the heart of the immunity idols in his.
He can't use his money here.
Yeah. Elsa and Midoriya have a minor disagreement.
I think Elsa's trying to be that friend that's like, hey, you're it's complicated, it's pretty toxic. You don't want any of that.
Yeah. And Junko and Draken's alliance dissolves, and a new alliance forms between Forky, Heather, Junko, and Kaiba. Wow, this is
one of these things is not like the other. One of these things is a fork.
Oh my god, yeah, like these three make so much sense to team up, and then they got
Forky's just there.
Forky has tagged along. He was just like nearby when this alliance happened, and he was like, "Can I join?" I'm like, "Sure."
It's a number.
Exactly. So Forky is there. Regina George finds the live action hidden the idol clue.
It's after the fact, which is the kind of like nervous part, because she has to survive in order to get a chance to use it.
Exactly. Amanda and Ted have a minor disagreement. Amanda Young is fighting with everyone.
Well, specifically the people she's trying to get rid of. So I think, it might be Ted's time.
Regina and Captain America find something in common.
All right.
And a new alliance forms between Chambers, Newman, Regina George, and Steve Rogers.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
it has three of the people I'm rooting for all in the same thing.
Yeah. So that's honestly good for you.
It's the Ryan Alliance.
Okay.
It might be either Ted or I can see Regina using Waller and then taking her out here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna still say Ted. I'm gonna think that they're gonna just stick together and take out the person who's on the outs.
It would make sense. I just wanted to throw a wild card in there.
Yeah. First vote goes to Ted. Second vote goes to Song Woo. Third vote goes to Song Woo. Fourth vote goes to Song Woo. Fifth vote,
Oh, snap.
Song Woo is taken out of the game.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, somehow it became an 8-1 on Song Woo instead of Ted.
Dang.
Wow, that is so annoying.
That is rather unfortunate.
Oh, well, there goes the person who I wanted to win. So, just
Damn.
like that.
All right. So,
there's a twist coming up here.
yeah.
Okay, 3 tribes. The new animated tribe is Waller, Amanda Young, Chambers, Elsa, Seto Kaiba, and Ted Lasso.
Okay. This may be bad for Elsa and Seto.
Yeah.
I don't know this, or Ted kind of felt like in the outs, doesn't really like Amanda Young, could use those two. So I think on a second thought, it is a very playable one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I can see the Amandas having a lot of power on this tribe, like deciding how they want to go. Do they want to take out Ted here? Do they want to take out the animated people? I think they might be a bit of in a power position here.
Yeah, we'll see. Or maybe everyone turns against them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, live action, we got Joe the Angel, Junko Enoshima, Lisa Simpson, Lord Hopkins, Newman, and Raka.
Honestly, this could be very bad for Junko.
Mm-hmm.
Very bad for Junko.
Yeah, she doesn't have any of her alliance members, I believe.
Yeah, and it's like you have like 3 like good people, 1 misguided.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lord Hopkins is very charismatic. Newman, I mean, he's Newman. He's a bit of a wild card, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, Junko doesn't really have any shields. Maybe Lord Hopkins and
Mm-hmm.
Uraraka, but Junko is the biggest threat. So, like, I'm a little nervous for her.
Yeah, Junko, don't you dare go up pre-merge here. You are not allowed.
No.
You got to make it to a try with Regina George.
Listen, so it's at 18. So there has 5 tribal councils they have to survive.
Yeah,
and then they
exactly.
get to the merge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's a one more tribe swap in episode 7, I believe. So
yeah.
So just gotta make it to episode 7. Okay, the new mixed tribe here. We got Forky, Heather, Midoriya, Draken, Regina George, and Steve Rogers.
This is very interesting. We got the Heather Regina rivalry back.
Mm-hmm.
And Forky's just there, who's in alliance with Heather, and then Midoriya, who is hung up on Heather. I can see kind of like, the 2 butting heads, and like Kenny just like kind of like maybe join. He can be the swing. He can either mess things up or oh gosh. This one probably makes me the most nervous.
Yeah, we also have 4 winners on this tribe with Forky, Draken, Regina, and Captain America. So
Yeah.
definitely some strong players here. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, this one might be the most interesting tribe to go to tribal.
I don't want it to though.
Yeah, we don't want to, but there's a lot of I think the tribals would be the most interesting. I could see some of these. I could see some of these being a little cookie cutter.
Let's just hope animated loses a bunch. I'd say that's the one where I'm okay if some of those peeps go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Idol is currently not hidden here on the animated tribe. Live action. Lisa has the clue. And Regina's got the clue here. But the mixed title is currently hidden. Let's see who wins immunity. The mixed tribe wins immunity. So you got what you wanted there.
All right.
And the live action wins immunity. So exactly what tribe you wanted to go.
All right. So does Regina find the idol?
Lisa finds the animated hidden immunity idol. And Regina finds the live action hidden immunity idol.
Nice, nice.
Okay, well, I figured Regina George always trying to play peak survivor when she can. Chambers and Ted bond slightly.
Cool.
Elsa and Kaiba have a major fight.
Oh no.
Could it be Elsa or Kaiba? Waller and Ted have a major fight.
There's just so much discourse on here.
Yeah, this they're going to tribal, so that'll be interesting there. And Joe the Angel is impressing the rest of the team, something I thought I would never say. Okay.
Don't sell Joe the Angel. Joe the Angel short. Oh my god.
Forky finds the mixed hidden immunity idol clue. Okay,
Nice.
Forky. Forky and Midoriya find something in common.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, we have our first alliance.
And Forky, Midoriya, and Regina George create an alliance.
And she's also in an alliance with Captain America. So Regina's reigning supreme on the mixed.
She has pretty much guaranteed herself to make it through the pre-merge with her alliances.
Yeah.
Captain America is injured but gets treated and can stay in the game.
He just gets up and was like, I can do this all day.
Yeah, I think this is a good thing because remember, he's a huge immunity beast. Maybe get injured early on, so that way in the later parts of the game, you're not considered this big immunity threat and can kind of skate by a little bit. That's kind of what Tyson did.
Tyson method? Yeah, I was thinking that.
Okay.
I think
well, go ahead.
I think it might be Waller, Kaiba, or Lasso.
I think that we're gonna see the live action stick together, so I'm gonna say Elsa.
No, not my queen.
First vote goes to Elsa.
Please don't do this.
Second vote goes to Chambers.
Of course, they're both my peeps.
Third vote goes to Chambers. Fourth vote goes to Elsa. Fifth vote goes to Chambers. Sixth vote goes to Elsa. We are tied between Elsa and Chambers.
All right.
Any guess on if there's going to be a flip or a rock draw?
You never know with these simulations. I think it would behoove them to take out one or the other. I mean, it's like the first tribal council. I wouldn't risk rocks here. So I think one of them would be smart for one of them to flip.
Yeah, I agree. We saw some stuff with Elsa. I think that we are getting a flip here on Elsa personally still. First vote goes to Elsa. Second vote goes to Elsa. And Elsa is voted out. Yeah, they were just making sure that Elsa didn't have any idols to play pretty much. I think someone of yours has gone each time now.
Yep. See what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of very unfortunate. Yeah, so Amanda, Elsa, and Waller voted Chambers, Kaiba, and Ted voted Elsa, and then they just flipped.
Why do they love doing this to me?
Don't know. Now it is taking its sweet time moving to the next.
Just so I can lament.
I know, right? It really wants you to soak in what happened there. Okay. Animated status here. Oh man, I feel like the Brantsteele is now, it's like really, really lagging and taking its time. Hopefully it fixes itself.
Am I? Proceed. Proceed. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm so used to like seeing that.
I know, right?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, and there we go. Okay, so Porky's got that clue, so we'll see if he'll be able to get something. Oh, bad gateway.
Oh no.
Okay, here we
Okay.
are. Good thing I do save these before we start, just in case something bad does happen, so we can just reload it.
No,
But
that's always a good safety measure.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just always like when it happens, I'm like, no.
yeah. I think it almost happened one time when there was like a storm or something where I was at before, and after that I was like, okay, I'm not taking any chances. So yeah, we got the live action tribe wins reward. They win a barbecue set with sausages and vegetables. And the animated wins reward. They win a wok and vegetables.
Nice.
Nice, nice. And the animated tribe wins immunity. And the live action tribe wins immunity. That means the mixed tribe will be going to tribal council. And Forky finds the mixed hidden immunity idol.
All right. So, the Amandas form an alliance. Or
Yeah,
no, they're just bonded.
they're bonding, but this could be the Amanda alliance right here that could move forward. Lisa and Uraraka find something in common.
They're both, adolescent women that are very smart.
Exactly. Okay.
Oh,
Regina and Captain America find something in common.
is Regina trying to get with Captain America?
It looks like it. She, I forgot what the main guy in Mean Girls is, but maybe she's trying. Aaron, yeah. Maybe Captain America is her Aaron for the season.
Maybe. Oh gosh.
Yeah. And then we got Draken and Captain America bonding slightly. So Captain America with that social game. But Regina George leaves the alliance with Forky and Midoriya.
Is she gonna blindside someone?
I don't know what this means.
It might be Midoriya.
Okay, so let's see. Before she left the alliance, it was her, Captain America, Midoriya, and Forky. So the only ones that she didn't really have a connection though was Heather or Draken. So we might still see, even though she leaves that alliance, potentially she ends up taking out one of those she doesn't have a great connection with.
Yeah, and I mean, like, also don't forget, Forky is in an alliance with both Izuku and Heather, but those two are not in an alliance together. So he is the fork in the road of this alliance that connects.
You're really going with those 4 tons.
Have to. Well, he's a spork, but he's a fork.
Yeah, and why isn't he Sporky?
I think Forky just
sounds better.
Forky sounds a bit more wholesome, in my opinion.
Yeah, you don't want a Sporky. Regina used the idol on Captain America.
I'm nervous as all hell.
That is not Regina. If you end up getting taken out here somehow by just because you play an idol on someone else. Forky uses the mixed hidden immunity idol. 2 idol plays in the pre-merge here. Wow. Okay. First vote goes to Forky, does not count.
I'm nervous.
Second vote goes to Forky, does not count.
I'm so nervous.
Third vote goes to Captain America, does not count.
I'm so freaking nervous.
Fourth vote goes to Captain America.
I'm so freaking nervous. Who is it?
It's Draken.
Damn.
Oh, Draken is taken out in a 2-2 vote with 2 idol plays, negating Forky and Captain America.
Woo.
So both idol plays were successful, sending Draken home. Forky and Midoriya were the ones teaming up there to take out Draken.
And then Draken and Heather were trying to go for. So Heather's kind of not necessarily all alone. I think what happened is actually Captain America and Regina were on the bottom of this alliance because it looks like they were splitting votes because Heather's in an alliance with Forky. Or was Heather being used by Forky?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't see a 3-way 2-2 split here.
I think maybe they were trying to get an idol play and have like vote split or whatnot, and then try and kind of like what happened to Elsa, but for Cap. But it just and like Draken was kind of like a backup plan because Regina and Cap were together.
Yeah, I think that was just unfortunate luck for Draken that two idols ended up being played on that tribal. But Regina keeping her Aaron as Captain America safe. She's the real apex predator, as they say.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Moving on here. And Regina finds the mixed hidden immunity idol clue.
Because she's Regina George.
Yeah, that's the only explanation. Is that she'll play an idol, she'll find it again, whatever. Okay. And reward, live action wins reward. They win rope and tarp with comfort items with refreshment waiting at camp. And the animated wins reward, they win rope and tarp.
I'm a little nervous.
Immunity. The mixed tribe wins immunity.
All right.
And the live action tribe wins immunity.
Does Regina get the idol?
She does. Regina George finds the hidden immunity idol again. Gonna help keep her and Captain America safe a little longer.
Yep. And Junko staying alive with these immunity challenges. That team so far is having a pretty good streak.
Exactly.
They're the only tribe to not go yet.
If they can win again in episode 6, she'll have made it to the tribe swap without having to potentially get flipped on.
She hasn't actually. Her and the other animated people on that tribe have not been to tribal yet. So that's like, it's either 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, exactly. They're having a kind of just a nice vacation out there on tribe right now.
Nice vacation, little diet plan.
Yeah, exactly. Lisa and Lord Hopkins bond strongly.
she loves animals, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what kind of animal you are, even if you're an evil Easter bunny,
Exactly.
Newman is impressing the rest of the team.
Talking about, how zip codes are meaningless.
Lisa Simpson and Lord Hopkins have now created an alliance together.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Junko leaves the alliance with Forky, Heather, and Kaiba.
Okay.
And Midoriya is medically evacuated from the game due to an injury.
What the hell?
Wow. He pushed himself a little too much, he went 100% on his power when he wasn't expecting it in that last meeting challenge, and ends up injuring his arm.
Damn. Why do they do this to us?
Well,
to
the
him.
mixed tribe had one immunity too. He helped them win immunity, but
at what cost?
At what cost?
Dang.
Okay, well.
This is rather unfortunate.
Well, that makes it interesting now, because now it's Forky and Heather versus Regina George and Captain America, with Regina George having an idol.
Here's the thing. That is such a weird sentence, You have 4 people from very completely different shows / media in general. And then I think there are very 2 unlikely pairings, Regina George and Steve Rogers being a very, like night and day kind of, alliance. And also night and day in its own respective way, you have Heather and Forky.
Yeah.
This is what you get.
Well, I can definitely see Heather and Regina George now kind of going at it. I feel like
at this point they have to. There's really nowhere else to hide.
Yeah, I think Regina George might have more relation, honestly, with her last game for Forky. Like, they've made it pretty far, on the seasons. I could see, they haven't really been at each other's throat in the past, but Heather and Regina have. Not looking good for Heather, I'd say.
No.
Junko finds the live action hidden immunity idol clue.
All
These
right.
two-time winners showing why they've
They're
been
two-time
two-time
winners.
Okay, let's move on here. And let's see who wins immunity. The live action tribe wins immunity. Joe the Angel, Junko, Lisa Simpson, and Raka. Four. That all four of those haven't gone to tribal yet. They have
Nope.
avoided it.
Nope. Oh man, this sucks.
And animated tribe wins immunity, and Junko finds the live action hidden immunity idol. So it looks like Heather or Forky
Maybe going.
trouble.
I don't know, unless there's some. I'm nervous for this tribal council.
Amanda and Ted have a major fight. And then Amanda and Kaiba have a small fight.
What you doing, Amanda?
I don't know. She thinks that she's got this plot armor. So much so that she can just fight anyone and it doesn't matter. She's
I mean, to be fair, someone got medically evacuated and saved her from going to tribal council. So that plot armor thing isn't too far-fetched.
Mhm. Okay. And Joe and Lord Hopkins find something in common.
They were both created by you.
Yeah, that's actually very true. Newman has a major meltdown.
He's sad that he wasn't made by you.
And Lord Hopkins is injured. Oh my god, I was trying to... Joe the Angel tries to help Lord Hopkins, and in the process, almost gets him injured and taken out of the game, but he's able to be saved.
Why is like Midoriya, he's the one that I feel bad for him because he got injured and didn't get.
Yeah.
Damn.
Heather has a major meltdown.
What's happening here?
And Forky leaves the alliance between Heather and Kaiba.
Oh
and
shit.
A new alliance.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, shit.
Regina George.
No. Heather. Oh, this is very bad for her.
Wow, this is Regina George. Regina George has pulled Forky in to this alliance now. Well, I think
Heather, you're gone.
This is probably the most straightforward tribal we've ever had.
Unless there's some tomfoolery. Heather, you have to go here. There's like a 99% chance.
First vote goes to Forky.
Well, Heather.
Second vote goes to Heather. Third vote goes to Heather. Wow, Heather is taken out. That was just
brutal for her.
Wow.
It's an interesting like what if scenario, because if Midoriya didn't get medically evacuated, it's tough to say what her faith would have been in this game.
Exactly. I mean, they would have at least had an extra person, so I think she would have probably at least made it to the swap.
Well, also it's an extra person for to participate in the tribe, which is always very important.
Yeah. Wow, that's really bad for them. But hey, at least these three end up making it to the swap here.
All right, you guys got one more.
Okay, the new animated tribe, the Amandas sticking together here. We got Joe the Angel, Lisa Simpson, Lord Hopkins, Newman, and Captain America. I feel like a lot of connections here still. We got the Amanda Alliance, we got Lisa and Lord Hopkins. Joe and Lord Hopkins started bonding a little bit as well. Captain America, though, doesn't have Regina George, so...
He has Newman.
Yeah, he does have Newman.
We'll see.
And then the new live-action tribe, we got Chambers, Forky, Junko, Raka, Regina George, Kaiba, and Ted Lasso. So Junko and Regina George are finally on the same tribe.
And this team has 5 winners. 5 winners.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty stacked.
Pretty stacked. And Chambers and Ted are no joke either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's see. So Joe the Angel hasn't gone to tribal yet. Lisa Simpson hasn't gone to tribal yet.
And Junko and
Uraraka. So two of them will make it to the merge without going to tribal, and the other two will have their first tribal council here.
all right. Let's see how things are going.
Okay. Yeah, they both
There's
have
also
idols.
2 idols and the 2 winners. The two-time winners.
Okay, let's go to rewards. And the animated tribe wins reward. They win a picnic consisting of fried chicken, mac and cheese, and brownies delivered to camp.
Yummy.
Pretty delicious. And that fuels them to win immunity. Joe the Angel and Lisa make it to the merge without even having to go to tribal.
I'm nervous for the animated or for the live action.
Yeah. Amanda is impressing the rest of the team.
All right.
Joe and Lord Hopkins bond slightly again.
Yay.
And Regina George leaves the alliance of Chambers, Newman, and Captain America.
What's going on?
And the Amanda alliance, super strong. I think this is the strongest alliance now in the game.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm concerned what's happening on this tribe.
I'm not sure. Forky and Kaiba have a major fights.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Regina has a major meltdown.
All right. What's happening?
But Regina and Ted bond strongly.
I think she's ditching Cap for Ted Lasso.
Yeah, Ted is now the new Aaron.
Oh.
And Forky leaves the alliance with Regina and Captain America. And Uraraka rests at camp to restore her energy.
I'm rather nervous. Regina, just play your idol.
Yeah, Regina, you a lot of bad things just happened to you this episode. So maybe play that idol.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
Junko used the idol on Seto Kaiba.
Interesting.
Regina does not play her idol though. First vote goes to Kaiba, does not count.
Fuck.
Second vote goes to Kaiba, does not count. Third vote goes to Kaiba, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Kaiba, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Uraraka. And Uraraka is taken out. Junko plays the idol correctly to save Kaiba. But in return, Uraraka goes home there. So Forky, Regina, Ted, and Uraraka voted Kaiba. And
so it is very much Regina versus Junko.
Yeah, their groups kind of were going against each other. They didn't want to go for the heads yet. They wanted to weaken the other person before they make their big strike.
No, they were like, no, we're gonna settle this in the real playing field.
Yeah, exactly. They want the other person to be on the jury and have to vote for them to be the winner. Like I think that's their mindset.
Thing is, Regina still comes out on top because she still has her idol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very true.
And so does Lisa. Well, then Lisa never had an opportunity to play it.
Yeah, she's been just chilling.
All right, so out of I think there's quite a few people that have, in different ways, have proven some good merit here. Mm-hmm. You have the Amanda Alliance, very, very strong, a tight duo. You have Forky, who I think is playing a pretty decent game. Junko leading things, finding idols, saving alliance peeps.
Yeah, the first tribal council she gets into, she plays an idol correctly to keep her group together.
That is true. That is very true. You have Lisa, who has an idol, hasn't been to tribal yet, and has a pretty good alliance with Hopkins. Mm-hmm. Hopkins himself playing a pretty nice social game. Regina's a bit of a wild card because she just kind of like left her big alliance.
Yeah. She was doing good up until last episode. She had a bit of a it was kind of like in Survivor 41 with Shan playing a good game early on, and then she has that one bad episode that kind of just puts her in a bad situation potentially moving forward. So we'll see if
Yeah,
she can recover.
we'll see. And I think Steve is kind of up there, though. It's interesting. Is there a Regina, Steve, Ted love triangle?
Yeah, we saw Regina and Ted potentially, being a
It's
thing,
it's the
but
mustache. It's the
exactly.
mustache.
Yeah. How can you say no to that mustache?
You can't.
Okay. Yeah. So, definitely. I think a pretty good grouping though here for the merge. I think there's a lot of good potential winners here.
I agree. I agree.
Okay, let's see what happens here on the Fantasia tribe. Okay, not much there. Newman wins the first individual immunity.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. What was it? Like sorting envelopes?
Hard to handle. Castaways must stand on an angled balance beam with a balance ball. At regular, I don't know how. I think he just found something inside of him.
Yeah. He found like an extra cheeseburger that he had eaten a while ago that hadn't digested yet to give him that extra energy.
Exactly.
Amanda and Captain America find something in common. And
Interesting.
Waller and Captain America. So the Amandas are working their magic on Captain America.
Interesting.
Okay, and Amanda and Lisa bond slightly. Interesting. So Amanda fighting everyone in the pre-merge, now realizing, oh, these are the people who could vote for the winner. Let me start trying to get in with them.
That's fair. What happens to
Newman works hard at camp and becomes hard. He's like, I want immunity. I'll just, make everyone like me. Let me work around camp.
All right. This is always tricky. Do one of the two-time winners get taken out here?
Yeah, or are they trying to potentially take out like a right-hand man, like a Captain America, I don't know, or like a Kaiba, I guess, like to weaken the other person before they, make the big strike.
We'll see. It's always too hard to tell.
Mm-hmm. Lisa uses the animated hidden immunity idol. Her first job counselor, she's like, I'm not going home here. First vote goes to Lisa, does not count. Second vote goes to Lisa, does not count. Third vote goes to Lisa, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Lisa, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Ted.
Oh no.
Sixth vote goes to Forky. Seventh vote goes to Ted. Eighth vote goes to Forky. Ninth vote goes to Ted. 11th vote goes to Forky. 12th vote goes to Ted. 13th vote goes to Forky. We are tied. One vote left. Who is going home and will be the first jury member for Fantasy All-Stars?
Is it Ted?
It is Forky. Wow.
Dang.
That is not good for Regina.
And Lisa wasted her idol.
Yeah. I will say, even though it was not correct, I think it's still good because this was clearly a very chaotic tribal with
Yeah.
the numbers really could have gone anywhere. Out of all the idol misplays, this is one that I can't really fault her too much.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was one extra vote that could have went anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't a horrendous idol play here.
Yeah.
So Captain America, Kaiba, Lisa, Lord Hopkins, and Regina voted for you. So even Regina turned on Forky here.
Well, she left the alliance, and I feel like Forky also left. They both kind of left alliances around the same time, so I think Forky left that kind of like deal, and then was like, "All right, you burn me, you get burned."
Yeah. And then Chambers, Forky, Newman, and Ted voted Lisa, and Amanda, Joe, Junko, and Waller voted Ted.
Man.
Okay, well, Forky is going to be our King of Ponderosa, I guess, for our Fantasy All Stars.
He just gets there and it's like, where's Guy?
Guy. Okay. Well, let's see what happens here. Regina still has her idol. Let's go to award challenge. Group number 1 is Amanda Young, Chambers, Joe the Angel, Lord Hopkins, Newman, and Steve Rogers. Group number 2 is Waller, Junko, Lisa, Regina, Seto, and Ted Lasso. And that group wins reward. They win a trip to the Survivor Cafe on Tuk Tuks, where the winners will be able to enjoy an array of treats such as coffee and bagels. And clearly, in this scenario, Ted Lasso is the Keith Nail.
Of course. Has the mustache and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, I can. He's kind of a Midwestern good old boy as well. I can definitely see it.
Exactly.
And Seto Kaiba wins immunity.
All right.
He has taken the reins with the immunity challenges here. And Newman and Captain America have a small fight. Not good, honestly, for Newman. Not good for you. That's all. So I'm gonna have to say Newman here.
It might be one. I think Newman was like, well, you still haven't won one. I guess I'm the challenge piece of this one.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Steve was like, don't get such a big head.
Yeah, I got injured early on. I'm still working off with an arm injury here.
Exactly. And Newman's just like milking it for everything being Newman.
Exactly. Okay. First vote goes to Newman.
All right. Put down the coffee.
Second vote goes to Joe, the Angel. Third vote goes to Lord Hopkins. Fourth vote goes to Newman. Fifth vote goes to Lord Hopkins. Sixth vote goes to Newman. Seventh vote goes to Newman. Eighth vote goes to Newman.
Yep.
Ninth vote goes to Joe the Angel, but does not matter. Newman is voted out in an 8-2 votes.
Wonder where the 2 and 2, who they were.
Yeah, let's see here. Chambers and Newman voted Joe. Captain America and Regina voted Lord Hopkins. So
interesting.
Yeah, they weren't on the no there. So Amanda, Joe, Junko, Kaiba, Lisa, Lord Hopkins, Ted, and Waller all voted Newman.
Interesting.
Yeah. We even saw Captain America and Newman going at it, and still didn't make them want to vote Newman.
I don't know, maybe splitting votes just in case of an idol play.
Yeah, potentially. Okay. Episode 10 here.
We are at 11.
Okay, let's go to War Challenge. Group number 1 is Waller, Amanda Young, Chambers, Lord Hopkins, and Steve Rogers. Group number 2 is Junko, Lisa, Regina George, Kaiba, and Ted Lasso. Joe does not participate, cannot win reward. That is sad to see. As group number 1 wins reward, they win a spa trip.
Who wins? Is it
Captain America wins immunity? He sticks it into Newman's face after he leaves.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna walk in there, chest out high as Newman is sitting on the
That's not
jury.
really Steve Rogers' style. He'll just probably look over at him real quick, not say anything, and
give a little wink.
Yeah, or like maybe a raised eyebrow. Steve wouldn't make like too big of a deal out of it.
He's been around Regina George now. Like, who knows?
No, Steve is not corruptible.
Evil Captain America. That is Regina George going to create an evil Captain America?
Hail Regina.
So yeah, Ted finds the vote steal as well. So he's got that.
All right. So what?
Waller and Chambers have a small fight.
They both have really cool last names. Oh no, Chambers
and Joe have a small fight. And Lord Hopkins and Captain America have a minor disagreement. And we see Chambers and Captain America's alliance dissolves.
I think it might be leaning towards
Ted joins the
maybe not a love triangle. This could be a throuple.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all for it. They're like, yeah, let's go for it.
Regina probably saw the Thor Love and Thunder trailer and that line, Dad bod and God bod, and was like, I want that in my life. Got Ted, has Steve.
Wow, that's great. So Regina's
He has the Dad bod and the God bod.
That's great. I'm what a threesome right there.
The fan fiction that's going to come out of this.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Well, it seemed like Chambers got into a lot of heat there.
Yeah,
So
I can see.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Chambers.
Makes sense.
Okay. First vote goes to Lord Hopkins. Second vote goes to Joe the Angel.
Are they just throwing votes on these guys?
Third vote goes to Kaiba. Fourth vote goes to Lord Hopkins. Fifth vote goes to Joe the Angel. Sixth vote goes to Kaiba. Seventh vote goes to Lord Hopkins. Eighth vote goes to Joe the Angel. Ninth vote goes to Kaiba.
I'm not trying to
10th vote goes to Joe the Angel.
Is it Joe?
And Kaiba. We are tied.
No, wait, it's tied.
Between Kaiba and Joe the Angel. And we got 3 votes from Lord Hopkins that are now going to be distributed somewhere else.
And then whoever these two voted for.
Yeah, who knows?
So I know neither one of us wants to see Joe go for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't want Kaiba to go either, though. This, I kind of want to.
Well, I mean, Joe is an extension of you, so no.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't think there's any way for a rock draw to happen here either. So
no, nah.
First vote goes to Kaiba. Second vote goes to Joe. Third vote goes to Joe. Fourth vote goes to Kaiba. Fifth vote goes to Joe. Sixth vote goes to Kaiba. Seventh vote goes to Joe.
Is it?
And Joe the Angel is voted out. Third jury member.
Dang.
Wow.
How'd this all pan out?
Yeah, what happened here? So Junko, Kaiba, Lisa, and Lord Hopkins voted for Joe. Amanda, Chambers, Joe, and Waller voted Kaiba. Captain America, Regina, and Ted voted Lord Hopkins.
And then, so, let's see. Kaiba and Joe couldn't vote. So their votes just canceled each other out. So it was like basically up to the thruple to figure out.
They had all the power here, and they decided to vote out Joe the Angel instead.
Oh my God. The thruple alliance. All right. What a game we have here. This did not fail to disappoint.
Yeah.
So we have the Amanda Alliance. First off, let's check off how many winners we have. We still have half of the teams, or half the people left are winners. Mm-hmm. 2 of them being 2-time winners. We have the Amanda Alliance, who is kind of quiet right now, but like, still a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I think they've been in like the majority, or at least somewhere around there for most of it. So
yeah. You have the Thruple Alliance with Regina being, the pivot point of it. Mm-hmm. Kaiba is, he's floating around. Same with Chambers.
Yeah, Kaiba and Junko have kind of been a bit of a grouping there.
Junko's being a little silent right now. Mm-hmm. Let's see, Lisa and Lord Hopkins kind of like having Hopkins just racking up some of the votes, just as like a decoy.
Yeah. And Chambers has like no one on this. Like she is on her own.
Which could be good or bad. I would say, I'd say someone from. I'm rooting for the thruple.
Yeah, they're great entertainment at the very least. So.
I never would have thought we would have had a thruple on this show. I don't know how. I don't know why. I'm not displeased with this at all. I think
Yeah,
in their own respective fields, I know Regina is a bad person, but like having two good people in her life,
yeah.
I I dig the thruple here.
Yeah, it's the funniest like grouping for the Thruple Alliance too, with Captain America like this very golden boy type person, and then you got Ted Lasso, this kind of goofy, bumbling Midwestern football coach.
Then Regina's just like after them both, and like they're
Yeah,
like all into it.
yeah.
The thruple alliance.
Yeah, I hope they make a somewhat deep run still here because they are great. I will say they are not the best strategic players right now. They're a little on the outs, but hopefully
I
they're
think
able
they're the
to.
swings actually.
Yeah, well, that's what ended up happening last time because of the revotes. But it does seem like most of the time they're not in one of the main votes. They're at least Regina George and Captain America were on the outs quite a bit.
Yeah,
But
man.
we shall
What a
see.
what a Brantsteele.
Yeah. Um, yeah, the Triple Alliance, Man Alliance, and the Animal Alliance,
Yeah.
Animal Lover Alliance, I guess, because they say Simpson.
Yeah.
um, okay, let's see who wins rewards. Group number one is Chambers, Lisa Simpson, Lord Hopkins, Regina George, and Captain America. Group number two is the Amandas, Junko, Kaiba, and Ted Lasso. And group number one wins reward. They win a trip to a Cambodian circus complete with lunch under shelter from the rain.
Alrighty.
And who will win immunity? Waller wins immunity.
Interesting.
Nice. And Amanda finds the Fantasia hit. So the Amanda Alliance coming on strong now.
This episode, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Lord Hopkins and Kaiba have a major fight.
Okay, but
And a new alliance forms between the Amandas and the Animal Alliance.
so
the
the Amandables.
Amandables.
Amanimals.
The Amanimals, yeah.
Amanimals.
Well, yeah, that's honestly good decision. The two duos make an even stronger alliance here.
Yeah. What does this mean though? Because like, yeah, I would say it would behoove them to go after the Thruple Alliance. I know Hopkins just had a falling out with Kaiba. Right now, it's the only like people that aren't like in a cemented alliance is Chambers, Junko, and Seto, which those would be like good swings to have, like you know.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I mean this the Amanimals, like they if they can just manage to get through like another few votes here, they can have honestly just full control of this game. So even if you take out some of these swing votes who don't have anyone, if you can convince the Thruple Alliance like, hey, let's take out these people, you know that you'll have the four people over them.
Yeah, I mean it really depends. It's a numbers game. Oh, and they have a steal vote too. So like whenever Ted wants to play that.
Yeah, true. Regina uses the idol on Captain America.
Aw.
First vote goes to Captain America, does not count. Second vote goes to Captain America, does not count. Third vote goes to Captain America, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Captain America, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Captain America, does not count.
Played right.
Sixth vote goes to Kaiba.
Wait, it looks like.
Seventh vote goes to Ted Lasso.
No.
Eighth vote goes to Kaiba.
It has to be Kaiba. Come on, not
Ninth
the
vote goes
thruple.
to Ted. One vote left.
Not the thruple.
And Kaiba is voted out of the game. Thruple surviving at least one more tribal here.
Man, it's also funny. Last time Captain America played, well, without being a first boot, he was always giving his he was always playing his advantages on other people. But this time around, Regina is,
Yeah,
playing it on him.
reciprocating some favors there,
The Thruple Alliance.
They're still in it. They're still in it.
Kaiba.
Yeah, Kaiba, you have to be sacrificed to keep the thruples in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He couldn't sacrifice a god this time around.
Exactly. Okay. Let's go here. Lord Hopkins finds the second Fantasia hidden immunity idol.
Oh my.
So the Mandibles.
The Manimals have both. This is not good for the thruple.
Yeah, they have a boat steal, so maybe they can do something with that, but we shall see. Ted wins reward and shares it with the
This is like my favorite thing. I can't stress this enough. Other than the fact that it's a thruple and all that, but like I like all these characters individually. So like this is like my favorite alliance ever.
Yeah, this is great. Like honestly, these three might just come back for All Stars just because of this alliance.
The thruple alliance.
Yeah. Okay. They get to go to a local resort and
just have a thruple date. Thruple moon.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay, let's see who wins immunity. Ted wins immunity.
And Regina
and finds a clue.
No, she finds a clue
to the hidden immunity idol, but there is no hidden immunity idol found. So,
shit.
But Ted wins immunity for the thruples. Okay. Lord Hopkins and Ted have a small fight.
Oh no.
Amanda is impressing the rest of the team. Lord Hopkins and Captain America find something in common.
Is there
Ted leaves the Thruple Alliance.
No. Is he getting eliminated or one of the two going?
Well, Ted can't go home. He won immunity. So is he turning on the Thruples? Has he had enough Thrupling?
Well, I mean, like Regina has played an idol for Cap twice.
Yeah.
Maybe he's getting a little jealous.
He's a little jelly right now.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't want either of them to go. I don't want them to go. I don't want them to go.
Ted uses the boat steal power on Amanda.
What is going on here?
And then Amanda uses the idol on Waller.
Okay. This is big level moves right here. Big brain moves. Okay. What's happening?
First vote goes to Waller, does not count. Second vote goes to Waller, does not count. Third vote goes to Waller, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Waller, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Waller, does not count. Sixth vote goes to Waller, does not count.
I'm nervous. Who is it? Chambers?
Goes to Chambers.
Wait, there's two more.
Eighth vote goes to Captain America.
No.
And Captain America is taken out.
Dang.
The first of the Thruple Alliance has been.
Well, the Thruple's from who?
So Waller voted Chambers. So Amanda Young couldn't vote. So they would have probably voted Chambers together.
I think what happened. Well, the Thruple still voted together.
Yeah. So what Ted needed to do was actually take either Lisa or Lord Hopkins' votes.
Yeah.
To make it so Chambers would have been the one going home here.
It's unfortunate.
Dang. Well, Thruple Alliance they had a good run while it lasted.
It was.
But now it's really looking like the Manimals might take
it through.
Yeah.
We have Junko really being kind of silent.
Yeah, this is like the most silent she's ever been on her Brantsteele.
I think maybe she realizes the thruple and all their threat, basically letting the two big alliances kind of take each other out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like right now it's just like, I don't know, like if Junko wants to win this, she kind of has to start making moves.
Yeah, I mean,
right now.
she should join the Manimals. Like, look at, she's got some bears on her head here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she made Monokuma, which is a bear. Like, you know, let's she should try to insert herself into that alliance if she can.
I don't know. I want Regina to win this little battle, but it's like not going so hot for her.
Okay, let's go to reward. Lord Hopkins wins reward and shares it with the Manimals and Junko.
Oh no.
And this is the loved ones. Let's see who wins immunity. Lord Hopkins wins immunity and Lisa wins immunity.
Oh gosh. Don't let Regina go out.
This is not looking good for Regina. Amanda and Lisa find something in common. Yeah, we also should remember Amanda in the Saw movies usually wore a pig mask as well.
Yeah.
Even more animal stuff there. Waller is impressing the rest of the team. And Lord Hopkins and Ted have a minor disagreement.
Oh wait, there's a new lot.
Chambers and Ted Lasso.
I don't know. It's either, it might be Regina, it might be Ted.
Yeah. I think the Manimals are just going to try to take out the remainder of the thruple, like boom boom here.
It makes sense.
So the question is, does Regina get to survive an extra tribal, or does Ted get to survive an extra tribal?
Regardless, I think Regina played a hell of a game.
Yeah, without a doubt, the Thruple Alliance was very entertaining for as long as they were out there.
Yeah.
First vote goes to Waller. Second vote goes to Ted. Third vote goes to Waller. Fourth vote goes to Ted. Fifth vote goes to Ted. Sixth vote goes to Waller. Seventh vote goes to Ted. And Ted is voted out. I'm guessing it's Ted, Regina, and Chambers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Regina and Chambers are now on the outs here.
Oh, man. This is the last one before the finale, too.
Yeah.
Come on, Regina. If you can win it out. Just win it out.
At least get to the finale. At least get through here. I want you to at least make it the finale after your game.
I know. There's another idol hidden, so like, wait, is there?
No idols. Lord Hopkins has it. He's just going to hold on to it. I don't think he's going to need to play it too. So we're probably not going to see any Regina be able to find idolists to idol her way to the end.
Damn.
Lisa wins reward and shares it with Lord Hopkins and Amanda Young, leaving Waller out, which might splinter the alliance.
Maybe. Can Regina win?
Amanda Young wins immunity.
There has to be something. Come on.
Junko and Lisa bond slightly. Junko's in self-preservation mode right now.
Regina.
Chambers and Lisa bond slightly.
Regina.
Amanda Russick. So it looks like the three people who needed to do something, two of them did it, except for Regina.
Regina. I think it's just like, it's so sad. I'm so sorry, Regina. You played a hell of a game. You fought so hard. You're the last of the thruple. To you, my queen.
First vote goes to Waller. Second vote goes to Chambers.
I don't trust it.
Third vote goes to Chambers.
Still don't trust it.
Fourth vote goes to Waller.
Still don't trust it until I see the 5.
Fifth vote goes to Waller.
Okay.
Sixth vote goes to Chambers. One vote left.
Is Waller going to get blindsided?
No, Chambers is taken out. So the Animals really have full control of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Chambers, Junko, and Regina.
Junko and Regina. All right, this is the perfect time to assess. We are at the finale. So we have the Waller, or we have the Wall, or Amanda Waller. Part of this Amanda Alliance, or now the Amanimals Alliance, where playing a very dominant game. It feels like she's kind of the one behind the scenes as what Amanda Waller would usually do, and where Amanda Young is playing the much flashier game.
Yeah, she's been a bit of the face. I mean, I will say, I just overall, I think the Amanimals like have really kind of just controlled this game. Like all four of them have contributed something to getting the four of them to this point in the game.
Yeah.
And dismantling the Thruple Alliance, which was Regina's alliance. Yeah, and then Junko has decided, realized like, okay, I can either join the 3 group or the 4 group, and she's kind of attached herself a bit to the Amanimals.
Well, I mean, because if you look at it, the Amanimals, they have to turn on each other after Regina's gone, because it's kind of funny how the layout worked out, because she's right in the middle of this alliance. Like, she can go either way, because obviously whomever she decides to go with, is who she can potentially go to the final 3 with.
Yeah, exactly.
I also want to point out, obviously the Amandas, both their names start with an A, but I also find it funny that the Animal Alliance, Lisa and Lord Hopkins, both of them start with an L. Just a little fun observation.
I think this has been a top tier season so far.
Oh, agreed. Very much so.
Yeah, this has been great.
Fun idle plays, some the Thruple Alliance, the Animals, and like the creation of that. And I also want to say the fact that we have the two-time winners, making it to the finale here, even if neither of them win, because it's hard to see either of them winning at this point.
It does seem like the Amanimals are going to run away with it a bit here. Well, I feel like one of those 4 are going to win.
Agreed. And Lisa playing a very solid game. Lord Hopkins playing a solid game. Regina just has a super uphill battle.
Yeah, she's got to win 3 immunities here to get to the end. Like, that's the only way she can win, is if she does that.
Stuff to say.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into it here. Okay, let's go to the immunity challenge. And Junko wins immunity. I think this became very clear who goes home.
It is. Unless there's a fight.
Lisa has a major meltdown.
But not much else.
Nah, so she's just freaking out. Maybe she actually wanted to target Junko. Junko wins immunity, and now she's upset that she has to take out Regina instead.
I think this is Regina's time.
Yeah. First vote goes to Lisa. Second vote goes to Regina. Third vote goes to Lisa. Fourth vote goes to Regina. Fifth vote goes to Regina. And Regina George, taken out at the start of the finale here, played one heck of a game. The Thruple Alliance will be remembered in our Brantsteele universe for a very long time. Yeah.
Forever and ever.
But, good things come to an end eventually.
Yep.
Yeah, so Junko and Regina on the outs there. So the Amanimals really clearly tried to, I think, isolate themselves now from Junko. Maybe even to make it so now they're just like, okay, let's take out Junko next if she doesn't win immunity.
Yeah. I don't know. Could Junko has won immunity challenges before? I mean, obviously just now. Could she, beast out to the end?
It's possible. If she wins the next 2 immunities, there's a chance she was a 3-time winner if that happens. Like, there is that chance.
I mean, it's a possibility. We have 2 former winners still in this.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, and Lord Hopkins
is guaranteed to move on.
He's guaranteed Final 4. Let's see who wins immunity. Lord Hopkins then wins immunity.
Now, are the animals going to? Oh, I guess they're not going to turn on each other. It's just going to
No.
be very straightforward, Junko.
Take out Junko. Lithium animals, like they worked together this whole time. They want to be the top 4 after working together for so long.
All right, Junko.
Yeah, Lord Hopkins uses the idol on Lisa just
Makes
because.
sense.
First vote goes to Junko.
Yeah.
Second vote goes to Junko. Third vote goes to Waller. And Junko is taken out in a 4-1 vote.
All right, so
The Amanimals, we gotta give a round of applause to
a great alliance.
Yeah.
Honestly, we just need all 7 of them. The Amanimals, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
The Amanimals and the Thruple, like all of them are just coming back.
Yeah.
For All Stars 12. That's
Yeah.
just like a given now.
Yeah, exactly. Like this has really been just like a crazy good season with a lot of great players on it. Yeah, I'm loving the season so far. It's great, and even Junko is going to come back because I mean she played great in All Stars 11 as well. So
Exactly.
we're going to have a bit of a this season's almost going to do like a salty run back almost of what happens.
A little bit, man.
Yeah.
Just like new pawns, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see
right.
who wins final immunity. Amanda Young wins the final immunity challenge.
Are they gonna? I think it would make sense for them to take out Hopkins.
Yeah, we could also though just see a potential fire making challenge of Waller against either Lisa Simpson or Lord Hopkins.
We could.
Because I imagine the Amandas are going to stick together. They've been together since the beginning. Lisa and Lord Hopkins have been together since the beginning. I could see a 2-2 vote here. Nothing happens. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, it's all up to the simulator at this point.
Yeah. Let's see what happens here.
Contestants for the fire making are Waller, and the Easter Bunny,
Lord Hopkins. Hey, yeah. So
all
here we go. Fire. Oh yeah, they do another revote here. Waller and Lord Hopkins. Yeah. I figure they wouldn't do any weird switching here.
Did Hopkins win or did he?
Hopkins, the tribe has spoken.
We had 8 winners this season, and one by one they all fell.
Yeah.
So,
they were all just taken out here. So yeah, it was the Amandas versus the Animal Alliance here. So
all right. So yeah, we have Amanda Waller, Amanda Young, and Lisa Simpson. I gotta say, I feel like Amanda Young will probably win this.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the one thing that might hurt her game is because her and Amanda Waller, played so close this entire time, their votes may be split, and Lisa may squeak by as a result.
Yeah, I still don't want to count out. Well, honestly, this is just a great 3. Like this that alliance just dominated this game. Like it's really hard to gauge who this jury is going to vote for. Because I think Waller got a a lot
pretty
of
good.
Yeah, she was I think playing the game
sleeper.
She was controlling things, and if she's able to convince the jury that that's also what was happening, I could see a lot of the strategic players here, like the Regina, Junko, Seto Kaiba, maybe voting for Waller because of that.
We'll have to see. Man, whoever wins this is going to be a bit of an icon.
Yep.
So,
first vote goes to Lisa. Second vote goes to Amanda. Third vote goes to Waller. Fourth vote goes to Lisa. Fifth vote goes to Amanda. Sixth vote goes to Waller. Seventh vote goes to Lisa. Eighth vote goes to Amanda. Ninth vote goes to Waller.
It's gonna be decided by one vote.
Yeah, this is a 3-3 split, so like this is clearly.
This is it.
Oh man, this is intense. Who is going to come out on top of a top tier season as a top tier player?
I think Amanda Young.
We have. It is Amanda Waller.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. This is the greatest thing we could have hoped for, I think, for a vote. A 4-3-3 after a very, dominant alliance that just, played the game very strong. Like it was a 4-person and they came together at like final 10 or something and
Around
managed
there, yeah.
And managed to just
take down legends.
Exactly, including the Thruple Alliance.
Man. Well earned. Very well earned.
Yeah, this is great. Let's see who voted for who. So Captain America, Forky, Kaiba, and Newman voted Waller. Joe, Junko, and Regina voted Amanda. Chambers, Lord Hopkins, and Ted voted Lisa. Even though Amanda doesn't win, she got the respect from Junko and Regina.
Two, yeah. And you.
Yeah, and me, Joe the Angel as well. Wow. That's great. Songwoo wins the.
That was very random. Like there were a lot of favorites.
Yeah, but the second boot of the season.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Look at that. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is a top 5 season for me on our Brantsteele.
I agree. A lot of fun alliances. A lot of great plays, and a very just like very worthy finale in general. Like I'd say those 6 very top players. Yeah. Very solid game.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like we got to bring back the Animals and the Thruple Alliance.
Yeah.
And Junko's coming back too. I mean, this is.
So we already have 8 people just kind of like there. So you want to just be like, all right, those are like 8 people, and then we just pick 6 others to kind of fill it out.
Well, we might do a bigger season. Like, maybe an Australian Survivor. That's what I was thinking.
Then
so
it would be interesting. Why don't we just make the Animals, Junko, and the Thruple all on one team?
Yeah.
And then the other, and then we choose each individual like 8 and 8 to balance everything out.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that, but yeah, this has been just a great season. I think from top to bottom, I think that there's a lot of fun, interesting plays and great character stuff that happened here. This really lived up to the hype of how good our Fantasy Island seasons have been.
I know.
Came in strong.
And obviously this isn't the last one we're doing, but like when we do like an all-star of it, this is like so many great plays, so many this one was definitely, like you said, top 5, maybe top 3. Exactly. Another thing we have to mention, Amanda Young had 0 votes going into this very crazy, hectic season.
Yeah, and Amanda Waller was 18. So Waller was actually like the one soaking up the attention.
Yeah. Also, most strategic, no surprise, Regina George, Junko right underneath, and then Lisa.
Interesting. So they didn't even consider Waller or Amanda Young to be
No, I feel like all 3 were just, or all 5 are just so high levels. Like someone had to be in the top 3, and it was just those 3 that just landed on it.
Yeah, exactly.
What a hell of a season.
Yeah, this is great. I'm really happy with how this whole thing turned out.
Agreed. Man, All right. Well, that's it for this episode. This very, very great episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. This one was a nail biter. Great reactions from both of us. There was some like heavy early losses. Some the stakes were high for this, and fantastic season.
Yeah, definitely. I hope all of you guys enjoyed it. This I mean, I don't know what else to say. It was just a great season. Like, a lot of people here are obviously going to be returning because it's
Pretty
so.
much.
If the next few seasons are as good as this, it's gonna suck.
It's gonna, I don't know. I think it's already like a given. We have to do Australian Survivor just simply because
just
of
to
the
get
amount
like an
of
extra 4 people in there. Yeah.
exactly. I don't think we'll have an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Okay, well that's gonna do it. We're gonna see you guys in the next episode, and I'll even give a little hint about what it is. We are returning to a Survivor versus Big Brother, but this will be our first time ever doing a Big Brother simulator. That's right. Last time we did it on the Survivor season with Big Brothers. Now the survivors are going to their home turf.
Yeah, and kind of funny because right now, there's two kind of reasons why that kind of plays out. One, there's the Challenge USA that's going on, which is mixing up Big Brother and Survivor, which are the two dominant like people that make up the cast, and then you also have Love Island and a few people from The Amazing Race. Wasn't totally balanced. I mean, like Amazing Race, there's 3 people, but also right now, Big Brother, is it 24?
Big Brother, the 2024.
Big Brother 24 is going on. I haven't watched that one. Big Brother is a commitment. That's like
I might watch some of Big Brother 24 just to potentially put someone on that season, just because who knows. I'm basically using the challenge and the new season of Big Brother and like the one season that I actually watched with Big Brother as my like reference points.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's fair. Also, it's kind of fun because like, you get to see who's it. I tried. I was a Big Brother fan. It's just like it's a very hard show to like maintain. That's like 3 hours per week for like quite some time. I think for like, what is it, 14 weeks?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah, so it's a big commitment. I'd say it is a fun show. Like the seasons I've seen, I enjoyed it. It's just like that's a lot of time.
Yeah, I just prefer the editing of Survivor because they actually are able to fully tell a story, whereas Big Brother is like they're kind of doing on the fly. They don't know what happens next.
Which I think gives that thing of like an element of surprise. But I see the appeal to both.
Yeah. Okay. That's gonna do it, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.